All right, welcome back to Big Board. Let's have a chat. I think we're going to call this a wrap-up video for the moment because I would like to see the new revised rules slash errata slash FAQ docs come out from Arrigo and Tiny Battles Publishing and whoever the developer is. Just keep finding little bits that I need to stop and reflect on and go look up in the rules or ask a question online. And it really is becoming a little bit interruptive, or too many interruptions to sort of keep the cadence of the gameplay going. But that said, absolutely a gem in the rough here that needs a little bit of polish, a little bit of cleanup. Love to see this done with a higher quality finish. I know that Mark has struggled with the cost-benefit ratio, trying to get the cost right so that his margins stay okay, so that the price point is bearable for all of us. And I'm sure that that will all come to fruition with the second module here as they dig in and do the next one, which I'm excited to see. Reason why I wanted to stop is not only just because I had just some niggles here and there that were sort of interrupting play, but I made a mistake. I made a mistake with the gameplay for the Allies or the U.S. forces, the 11th ACR. And here's the deal: I moved them too far, too fast. So at least one turn using TAC mode of movement, but not in March, meaning that I shouldn't have been able to use the road movement rates, meant that I was moving 8 hexes instead of 4, which has been a detriment to the US because they pulled back too quickly, number one. Thought they were getting themselves in nice, cozy positions to slow down, block, deny the Soviets. But in actual fact, with the pace the Soviets were moving in march mode and all sort of, in their basic column formations, etc., they kept closing. We kept fading back, and we have done two things. One, it's slowed down any potential contacts or ranged fires that might have happened between both parties, and particularly for the US. So that meant that that whole, shoot and then give space and shoot and give space concept, I guess, really didn't come into play. I was just moving away. So it was a little bit of a cat and mouse thing, which got tedious after a while. And that's when I went back and looked at the rules and went, oh yeah, ding dong. So I fixed that. And I now have the Germans, the Americans in deployed mode. As you can see here, the HQ actually says deployed. Hopefully that'll. Oh, come on, focus for me, fellas. Nope, not going to do it. All right, be that guy. There we go. So it says had them in deployed mode. Doesn't matter where that is right now because we're packing up, and so. To compensate a little bit for that mistake, but we're right on top of Fulda. It's only the second turn. We're not getting reinforcements until the very next turn on the first day, and we're grinding through things here, and it's become a little bit untenable for the U.S. to stop the Soviets. They're going to force these guys back with assaults, or these guys back here with assaults. And it's pretty much going to be game over very soon. And then we're going to see sort of ahistorical and atypical situation where the Americans are going to be forced to attack into Fulda to sort of do any sort of preventative for the VC conditions, any sort of preventative maintenance here to stop hexes being held, number one, and then number two, units exiting off the map. So a bad mistake on my part in terms of gameplay tactics that really has kind of made the point of keeping playing moot. And so we would like to restart this once we get into a situation where we've got all of the updated rules and charts and bits and pieces and some clarity done, some clarification fixes done, and then we're good to go. Loving the command system. Loving the way that it interposes itself right down into some of the choices that both sides get to make. Talking to some of the folks that were here back in the 80s and the training they've done, they probably disagree with some of the command point costs that you're forced to make based on the way the rules are run. So I can see a lot of people doing their own homebrew versions using this very light touch command control set of rules, but rules that have a significant influence in your gameplay choices as you go about your day while you're playing. An example of that would be if this unit was here and this chap went from here to here, I would have an opportunity to do reaction fire, or basically an opportunity fire, right? A reaction fire to that movement. But in order to do so, I would need to spend a command point on the command track, moving me, say, from the very healthy green section of the command track down into the yellow section of the command track, where I have a higher chance when I do come around to my next activation to actually perhaps have something negative occur based on a die roll. So every activation for both sides has a snafu roll that goes from green, yellow, orange, and red. And red, pretty much everything is bad. Is that right? All bar 2. It's a D10 roll with up to a +2 on the die roll. So 2 chances in 12 of something negative happening in the red, but only 2 chances in 12 of something negative happening when you're green. And this recovering your command capability and flexibility is a function of the end of turn cycle, where based on your command rating, which here if it's deployed is 8, on the other side it's 7, and for Soviet HQs obviously not as capable, 4 for them, but 4 whether they're deployed or tactical. Certain things can't happen if you're in tactical mode. Certain things can't happen if you're in deployed mode. So you've got this variability that takes place, and also if you wish to accelerate anything. So if I want to move from deployed mode to tactical mode and move that turn, I would need to spend an extra command point, yeah? So there's all sorts of little things get woven into your decision-making process about how am I going to use my forces, when am I going to burn them out versus when should I keep them fresh enough so that I can either counterattack or I can move to be in a better position to shoot at the enemy, or take advantage of a break in the line, as the case may be. So love all that about it, right? So that said, I thought it'd be neat to show you, here's a nice little summary that Mo has done. It's a 4-pager, so that's all the modifiers in one spot. And then there's summarized rules for artillery and helicopters, and the same goes for just sequence of play and command track and how to use it and line of sight and all that sort of good stuff. I had posted online some comments about the results table, particularly for the AP fire, since they've been mostly doing that. And we've done a few assaults, which are fine. They all worked out okay. And we've done some artillery missions, which all work out okay. These 2D results, at first I was concerned that it was a nonsense kind of result, because 2-step losses will take your unit off the map and put it into the reorganization box. And then next turn, I believe it's next turn, or maybe it's next activation, but I think it's next turn, you would then be able to re-enter the game near HQ as a, as a reduced unit. But here's where this result makes sense. If I was a unit that had not taken any losses and I already had a disruption, I would receive another disruption, would make a step loss, and then the 2 more would then eliminate it permanently from the map. So I was trying to find where I posted that comment about the 2D not making sense. It does make perfect sense in those circumstances where the enemy is disrupted or not, as the case may be. So that was an important little point there I thought I should just clarify. Never got to do any airstrikes, not too fussed about them. They just end up being just another attack on the CRT. There are a couple of errors on this. This should be a -2 here, not a 12 in woods, but or maybe it's a +2. I don't know. I'm trying to look now. AP modifier. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a -2, just like here, right? And there's a dog barking. So let me fix that. All right. So I had offered earlier on to do some play online. I think given the mess ups I made with the gameplay, I'm probably more inclined not to do that for you guys, because I think I'd like to see the new set of rules or revised rules, and then B, I'd like to play it correctly and do it from a point where we're playing correctly without giving you the misrepresentation that it's a walkover for the Soviets, because I'm not sure that it is. Even with my poor play, they have permanently lost 1, 2, 3, 4. No, is that one? Yep, 4, 5, 7 units, 3 of which are permanent losses. So, and that's 7 companies, right? And that's infantry and armor. So, very deadly once the disruptions and the step losses start to accumulate. And I apologize for the light, but it's an afternoon and it's a glorious, cold, sunny day. So we've got lots of bright light, which is making everything a little foggy here. So, all right, Blackhorse, Tiny Bells Publishing. Grab a copy. Look for the new rules and updated living rules to come out. Grab a copy of those. Short rule book. It could be even shorter with some more succinct wording. There's a lot of superfluous wording in here. And I think with a good scrub here, we've got a brand new system at the company level that's highly playable and very entertaining so far. So I'm pretty excited to be able to have a chance at having a look at this. And I'm looking forward to purchasing the next module when it comes out. All the best. Ciao. And you know what to do. Roll dice.